Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Welcome peeps, welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank. So we got a post view today. We've got a fair bit to think about in this post, guys. Some beauty, some cool music, some treats, and we're going to have some fun all the way. But at the beginning, we're going to talk about something that's so in your face, they take the piss. And I'm going to bring it to your attention. Let me know what you think about this. Now, in the frame of mind of what we've discovered on all of this unveiling of our real history associated with orphan children, the removal of Arcadians, and other peoples from this plane, mass migrations. Now, what we're going to look at in this, guys, is something really sinister when you look into it. And it's Operation Pied Piper. Now, you're all aware of the narrative of the Pied Piper. You know, he goes in to clear a hammerling of rats. He doesn't, pay up. He comes back in revenge. He plays his flute. Children follow, 130 or so, into a cave and are never seen again. The government of 1935 Britain feel it necessary to call the removal the biggest in history, apparently, of 3.5 million people off this island. They ship them out to the four corners of the earth, and many are never seen again. How many? I don't even want to think about. This is one deeply fucked story. You tie in with it a thing called Pied Piper effect. Wait till you guys see what they're telling us openly to our face, thinking that there's nothing else going on, and we're just going to leave it there. Okay? Now, this was a shock to me. Known about the refugees, but something really didn't fit, considering I live in a major British city and they didn't evacuate this one. Yeah, we were the biggest coal port at the time in the world, and we suffered quite a severe blitz, but they didn't evacuate Cardiff. My mother was in school right the way through it, World War II, with Shirley Bassey. They didn't shift them anywhere. It's very selective on the cities, I found. Okay, guys, and they are shipping them out to Canada, and they're shipping out the gold and the goods. This is one really sinister story, so follow me if you can. Okay, peace and love to you all. Now, before I start, did anyone notice this week, all you good people in chat, another shift in consciousness? Did anyone of you notice that? It's definitely another shift. Okay, this is accelerating. Okay, everyone feels it. Everyone knows that there's something there. Okay, guys. And it's accelerating. Now, this next shift has been epic. It's left me in a specific mindset, fixed, if you like, ready for all of the amazing things that we're going to be unveiling coming up very soon into the future. Now, if you imagine what we've unveiled now, can you imagine what is to come? Now, I take a real big interest, and it's been there all the way through since the very, very beginning, into consciousness studies, understanding us, the I, the driver of the machine, if you like, understanding what we are is what I've been about, the true nature of consciousness, okay, which is the key to it all. That we're going to get to. There's going to be a deeper unveiling. Okay, guys? So, that's what's coming. Now, usage. Now, the first bit is like a bit, bit of a sinister story, but I feel, in truth so things like this need to come out. Check this out. Dig this for in-your-face motherfuckers. Okay, guys? Now, 1939, right? The war has just kicked off, the phony war, okay, which is what they call it. So the Phoenician War, where they're all dug in, nobody's killing anyone at that stage. Okay, there's no war. They're all boiled eating beans. Anyway. Or bully beef. Anyway. So it's the biggest evacuation of humanity in, like, ever, they say. Evacuations of civilians in Britain during World War II. The evacuation of civilians in Britain during the Second World War was designed to protect people. This is Not so. I don't think this protected anyone. Before I start, guys, any parents here amongst us all now, can you imagine one wet, cold British 1930 day with your poor little kid looking like Paddington Bear with a little name tag, a little box, his gas mask, and he's getting on that train to go and live with God knows who. Okay, guys, and you don't see him again ever, or for 6 years, because that's how long they kept him away. 6 years. To 1945, till the war was over. This is some really sick shit. Protect people. It was a massive cultural impact, especially children, from the risks associated with aerial bombings of the cities. Okay, well, that was presumptuous, because if it's 1939, that was quite a way off any blitzing. By moving them to areas thought to be less at risk. Operation Pied Piper, which began on the 1st of September 1939, officially relocated more than 3.5 million people. There were further waves of official evacuation and re-evacuation from the south and east coasts in June 1940, when the seaborne invasion was expected. Now, if you look into these subjects, guys, it's long since been debunked as Operation Sea Lion Nazis never really had any intention to go and invade Britain. They wanted to be pals, but Winston Churchill, being fucking phony, was kept giving him the finger. Okay, and affected cities in the Blitz began in 1940. There were also official evacuations from the UK to other parts of the British Empire. Right, guys, they're shipping these kids out all over the world. And non-official evacuations. So not even done on paperwork, just come and grab your kids, see you later, and wave them off at the train. Other mass movements of civilians, including British citizens, arrived from the Channel Islands and displaced people arriving from the continent of Europe. Apparently 100,000 French children. I shipped them out too. The government evacuated scheme was developed in the summer of 1939 by the Ministry of Health. His big brother, isn't it? The Ministry of Love. Anyway, so they ship them out, but this is what I want to get to, right? They say the evacuation from urban areas, as much as 60% of children from the cities of Manchester, Belfast and Liverpool. Okay, so it's not all British cities, guys, right? And Belfast's about the same size, Cardiff's a little bit bigger, but it's exactly the same setup, right? But they don't feel the need to evacuate the biggest coal port in the world when we're getting splattered by bombs. My mother spent her childhood sat in shelters while they was like the floor was moving through bombs dropping on the bay, Cardiff Bay. Over 300,000 people were evacuated from these cities, peeps. The weird thing is as well, guys, they're evacuating post office, people that you would expect in wartime to be stuck around to help the war effort. So post office officials shipped out. Yeah, listen to this. Almost 4 million people were displaced, with around a third of the entire population experiencing some effects of the evacuation. No shit. You mean grieving? Old man's in some supposed war and your children's with God knows fucking who. Wow. In the first 3 days of the official evacuation, 1.5 million people were moved. 800,000 children of school age, 500,000 mothers and young children under 5, 13,000 pregnant women, 70,000 disabled people, 103,000 teachers and other helpers. Now, they also shift goods as well as people. In evacuations, organisations and departments departed the cities. Our treasures were sent for distant storage. The National Gallery collection spent its war in the Manod Quarry near Fenstiniog in North Wales. The Bank of England moved to a small town of Overton in Hampshire. And in 1939 to 1940 moved 2,100 tonnes of gold to the vault of the Bank of Canada in Ottawa. So that must have been a really dodgy crossing of the Atlantic, guys, in 1939 with all them U-boats, don't you think? They could have sunk all of that gold. so bankrupting the war. Makes no sense. And senior members of post office staff were relocated to Harrogate. Okay. So there was a yellow plan. Civil servants, 23,000, and their paperwork dispatched to hotels, etc. The black move, a last-ditch attempt for something that's not gonna come. They relocated the government to the West Midlands, the War Cabinet to Dip Hill Hall. Basically, they just relocated everyone, they reckon, but that's not what you find when you look into it. Winston Churchill spent most of his time in the war room. He didn't go anywhere. So these are the refugees. They get on a train with a name tag. Take them back, take them back, take them back. Yeah, get them back home. Wow. So displaced children were led, as you will see now, falsely through a lie, which is actually an official narrative. I shitteth you not, peeps. They are putting it right in your face. Check this out. Now, Pied Piper effect. Okay, guys, now excuse me. Now, what was Operation Pied Piper? The evacuation of British cities at the start of World War II was the biggest, most concentrated mass movement of people in British history. Okay, guys? They asked you, though, what is the Pied Piper effect? And it says in full, Pied Piper of Hamelin 2. Oh dear, didn't they kill all the children? A leader whom people willingly follow, often specific. One who leads others into danger or trouble by means of elaborate false promises. Why the fucking hell are they telling us that? They shift 3.5 million people, mostly children, God knows where, with God knows who, and they call it Operation Pied Piper, and they tell you in it that they've been, in danger or trouble by means of elaborate and false promises. Do they not? Hmm? 6 years if they do get back. How many people were killed in a blitz? And why did they not touch Cardiff? Look, just Cardiff, World War II, my city where I am now. At the time, one of the biggest coal ports on earth. The Cardiff Blitz, refers to the bombing of Cardiff in Wales in World War II. Between 1940, the final raid was in 44, approximately 2,100 bombs fell, killing 3,500 people. Consequently, it and the surrounded area were heavily bombed. So that's Penarth, Barry Docks, etc. Newport. Now, they didn't evacuate the children. My mother went through school. I've never heard a word of anyone being evacuated from Cardiff. But even though the bombing of Britain never occurred on the scale that many feared in the 1930s, some 110,000 children were evacuated to Wales over the course of the Second World War. A number included children were evacuated from Welsh urban areas to rural Wales, which is highly fucking dodgy, guys. Urban fucking Wales. In them days, I can't even imagine. Will it be like Swansea, Tubbs? Fucking hell. It's a local shop for local people. You're a stranger, aren't you? They don't get out. You never see them again. They just fucking disappear on top of a mountain. Yeah? Fucking... wow. So that's one of the most sinister fucking stories that I've yet come across. Let's have a little look at the Blitz of Cardiff, World War II. They built a secondary Cardiff docks near here, blacked out Cardiff, so when the Luftwaffe come up the channel, they would see a fake docks. They also built one further out towards Newport, which apparently worked to some extent because the bombs would land in said mud. Okay, so the Blitz on Cardiff. Have you got any pictures of Cardiff splattered? Not really. Cardiff Bay, Canton, Cairo, that's where I am now. And there's that shitty leisure centre with the shitmas tree on it. The shitmas tree. So, here we go. splattered, but they never evacuated us. And there's Piper, you know the official sort of story. He's sort of on a window in Hamelin, and he comes in, he wants 1,000 guilders. The mayor says, nah, me old China, we haven't got that. I tell you what, we have got in a coffer, so 50 guilders. And he's like, fuck, I'm out of here, I'll be back. So he goes away. He's not got Piper clothing on there though. There's Piper clothing. Plays a tune on this cute little, 12th century tone. A little while later, they'll follow him into a cave, and they're gone. Never to be seen again. As punishment. When you got a happy hat on. It's not pied clothes there, and here's an old medieval depiction. I suppose this is the deal going down. And I don't know. Poor Johnny on sticks. So very sinister as fuck. When they're telling you in the narrative. Don't like that one bit. I really don't like that one bit. It's just hard to miss it. It's so in your face. They're telling you. It's a fake narrative. God knows what happened to the evacuees. Anyone still alive who was an evacuee watching these vlogs, please contact. Tell us the stories. Tell us what the fuck happened. Okay? If you would, please. So that's the first bit of this vlog. Highly sinister as fuck. Right, next. Tartaria. We're going to look at Tartaria. I've dug up these. These are absolutely stunningly beautiful books of armaments, knights, clobber, and pretty stuff, basically, which you're going to like. Okay, so we'll have a look. It's Russia, but it's when the Orthodox move in, but you can still feel elements of Tartaria. So it's Muscovy, I take it. But if you're into happy hats, I hope you are. Got any happy hats happening? Yeah, you got to have a happy hat on, guys. This is like, not like, compulsory, but it does help for that factor. So, beautiful colour on these. So let's reduce them down a little bit, maybe see them a bit better. There. So let's move through, because there's a few pages, but I want to show you this giantage in here, medieval battlage. Okay. And this is a nice early book as well. Nice and early. So, obviously a lot of religious goings on and stuff, and a lot of bowing, like a bow on a ship. It's pointy, and it, goes up like that, the bows. So the bows, you bow. And stern. The stern is the back of the ship, so the stern is to be stern, and you know what that means. What about keel? To keel over as well. So let's have a little zip through this and see what comes up. Apart from beautiful colour, a load of battling, but it comes up and it shows you beautiful antiquity. I just get to it. So look at this. So are these just little people because they're looking up at this giant dude with the dress on? Dude with the dress on, and they're little people. So giant and shiny. So we got a long bearded guy who's hiding his knackers with his beard, and he's like, that's probably St. Francis. He got rid of all his clothes in the end. He was like, I won't be needing these. I'm too transcendental. I'm an ascended master. Yay! And he went skipping through the wheat field bollock naked. Just really cool. I wasn't there. I'm just surmising that's what happened to St. Francis, if it was a real thing. Anyway, so beautiful bit of embroidery. The Tartarian women were expert embroiders. When I finish my Tartarian book, I'll relay it to you. So, lots to tell you about. Got like sort of really cool things happening, but I'll tell you more about it closer to the time. Don't spoil it. So wow, check his happy hat and all of this caper, double-headed eagles, beautiful tapestries. So please share out, guys, if you are here in chat. I thank you eternally So a load of Phoenician stuff going on here. Okay, but it's the Orthodox, so you know the chancellor, they're krilling it up. Look at that. Even their patriarch now is krill, is a sea creature. They just can't help themselves. In the British press, they got rid of another nonce. Well, apparently it's Prince Andrew, you know, the one who was like hot for coup stack, okay, when she was about 14. Yeah, so they basically, he's stepping down, so now he can, you know, drug up children with cocaine fucking covertly instead, okay, instead of being in public eye doing it, apparently. So yeah, some crucifixes, and I'm not sure what these are, but they're religious artifacts. I think these might be wood, but everything's opposing in perfect symmetry, as you'd find, oh, except there, sun. Okay, but they would. 4 angels, Meru, north and south, and our inertia plane. And you get a load of crownage too. I'm not sure if these crowns do more on later on. So incense burner. Okay. Wonder if the they were burning more than just like frankincense, you know. Stuff to get you bollocks. Look at that. That's that power shell, isn't it? Or mother of pearl, is it? Power shell. We got shells. Beautiful, isn't it? Let's have a look at some more. This is beautiful stuff. We like a bit of quality. Oh, look at that Phoenician in there. And it's Russia. What are they made of? Wow. Colour. Quality. But yeah, I want to see their night stuff, man. They're freaky as fuck. So on my community page this morning, I posted a picture of the faceless knight looking like a parasite. Is he a parasite? Or is he being just turned to dust by fasces? What do you think? What do you think? I'm not sure what they are. Are they cod pieces or something? Could be burners. Plates. It's like Celtic, isn't it? So let's have a look. And a happy hat, is it? Or is this a burner? Burner. Maybe. Okay, I'm not sure. Portalage. And a load of saintage. I wonder what these halos are actually all about. They're not like literally glowing because they're that ascended, are they? The bloody Phoenicians, they're going to be on the dark side. I don't think they're going to be fucking illuminating his fucking bad energy. So excited right now. I'm always excited. Look at this, guys. Wow. Is that gold? Probably. So that's a mini Aquatech device with onion dome. I take it. Russian people, knock yourselves out. So let's get to the strangeness. What is that? So another Antiquitech building, and use other Antiquitech buildings. Wow. Coming down into the onion dome. And that's looking down 4 angels, centre, Mount Mary, everything there. Microcosm of this place works. Holy shit. It's an upside down pyramid like Mount Meru. I take it that closes on that. Wow, that's something. That's tech. That's nesting technology. So that's some sort of welcome to the Phoenician state. Wow. Wow. Look at these spoons. Have you got spoons like that now? No, you haven't, have you? I know. It's crap, innit? Chandeliers. These do more. These do more. Is that an electrical thing or for a candle? Probably a candle. But perfect symmetry. Beautiful quality. Holy macaroni. Look at these. Well, I don't know what the purpose of that is, but beautiful. Oh, colour. This is so trippy, this book. Wow. What's that? Little Antiquitech device, little Antiquitech lamppost. And I really couldn't say what these tubes do for keeping shit in. Right, happy hats, is it? No. I'm not sure what they are. Incense burners, they could be. Some more religious goings on. Pearls, precious stones, rubies, I take it, or garnets. Wow. They got it going on. Look at that, into the crucifix. It's like a little alien skull. Weird. Wow. Who said they turned the colour the playing in colour, Technicolor in 1967 with the Beatles? Looks like it was colour a little bit before. I reckon there was someone else there before Tartaria. There can't have been just them and the Phoenicians. There has to be other ages going way back that we've sort of lost touch with. But I feel there was someone there before Tartaria. Beautiful. Precious stones. Wow. Talking about in your face. We got it all. Frisbees. You can have a frisbee on. Oh, happy hat. Oh, fluffy. Ermine. Look at this. Whew. Beautiful colour. Oh, stunning. More happy hats. Okay. They got tech on top. Oh, I like these. Just looking at all the pearls and all the jewels. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? But, you know, crystals, stuff, you know, they have energies, and that's what they're doing. All of these crystals are I bet they do amazing things to your brain. I bet they're all just like sort of really buzzing with it all. But they're on the dark side, aren't they? Look at all this. You don't need all this fucking over the topness. Trippy though. I like this. Wow. And happy hats. Check this out. So you can just put like a plate thing on top of your head, or this for antennage, and your jewels, which pick up some sort of like a crystal in a radio. I'm talking into your brain. Ugh. Yeah, I know, because you're me. Oh yeah. And you look from the back. You ever seen anything like that before? It's cool, isn't it? You know. Happy hats, people. Happy hats. So there's a Russian religious dude. Each. And more happy hats. Look at this. The dove flying down North Pole Hole. And we got these special plates on our ears, which are, you know, cassette record grabbers for information. Man, this is like fucking happy hat heaven. Happy hat. I know. Check these clobber guys, yeah? So you've got a caftan, and he's got a happy hat. I want to go Glastonbury or a festival dressed like this. I do. Maybe not in the dress thing, though. It's like a caftan, isn't it? Right, let's have a look what else shit they got. I want that. Okay, they got such good stuff. I'm not sure what they are. Knife-edge and stuff. Anyway, let's get on. So more happy hattage, bootage, and the weapons get a bit weird in a minute. I don't know what these why the church would want sort of ceremonial maces for, you know, smashing people's brains in. You know, essentially these plates, Father Crespi plate type things. I wonder what they do. Maybe you just slot them in a machine and you've got information with housed in them. Such quality. Shit now, innit? Yeah, no. You don't get quality like this, no. Fuck no. It all went, say, about 1700s. you know, with the Chippendales, etc., and the quality clocks and woodwork and everything, mechanism. It went to shit then. It went to shit. So you're going to have massive jewels on your head, nice and warm. Made of metal, gold. It's in a dome. It's got an antenna on top. These jewels facing out. I wonder if they were projecting. Just me thinking. I like this. What about them for happy hats? What do they do? Oh. So that's not just going to be stopping your head from somebody smacking you with an axe, guys. This is like, I got tech. Oh, the jewels, they do shit. Jewels do shit. Crystals, guys. Yeah. Right on the pineal gland, a massive sapphire. Yeah. Probably just laser beam your ass. Oh, it was a pineal gland. Oh, look at this. This is Davros wears this on Doctor Who, guys. This is off Doctor Who. I bet they like all different lights and they flash. All the way around. Yeah. And what the? What? Does it wind up? What's this? Is it a clock? Oh, that's the oh, we're looking down on the cross. Okay. But yeah, I like the buttons on there. Oh, that one's the best so far. Was the best so far. Look at these little jewels on lollipop sticks. It's a nice touch. I like that. What about the little big jewel? The biggest in the world ever. Imagine what that does. Centralize a beam. Did they have laser beam hats? Zzz, like that. Like Zorg. Whatever that is. I don't know. It's fun thinking. Look at this. Cheddar Banuskis. I like this. Happy hat. What do you reckon that does? I'm going to point my giant ruby at you. Or just carry you around with a dangly thing. Probably. Yeah, swing it around. Smack somebody with it. Accidentally. Sorry, you just smacked me with your fucking ruby, mate. Watch it. I'm sorry. So that's a fish head. Okay. They do that. It comes apart when you got it on. It's like, like that. And then the tech comes alive. You can see it's like a rocket opening up through a Minuteman bunker. Well, I'm having fun. So it's the crucible with a cross. Possibly, I don't know, somebody did say we could be living on the plane here and the other this could be underneath. And this is Mount Meru. Okay? Mount Meru. Access Monday. Which is there on the Maltese cross. 4 angels. 2, 4, 6, 8. For 10-volt X system. Wow. This is like, wow. What's going on today, guys? The juiceth overfloweth. Wow. This was one class fight, guys. Right. We get weaponage as well, and cannonage, and anomalous ballage. Okay? So all them are jewels and rubies, because this is the richest place on earth, is Russia at this time. Loads of crucibles, which could be magnetic technology, but I think they're just tech. What's that? Huh? What's that do? Anyway. More stonking colour. Looks a bit of a floodage going on, maybe. Don't know, it's hard to say. The plates, anyway. Some more plates. Okay, let's get through to some cannonage. And I don't mean the religious cannon, although we could be meaning the same thing. Maybe a cannon was the guy who could only operate the cannon. So, they're bonkers on jewels because they're fucking loaded, and they need really cool armour, which is basically EM protection, because it's basically, chainmail. Covers everywhere, I don't know what that does. A spring. Look at that, guys. Do you want to carry that around? A sweet fuck all. It's got a jewel on the end, the massive, biggest jewel you've ever seen in your life. Okay, to centralise a beam. And you're zapping shit off people. I need these too. And if they don't work, they're happening back to a time that does. Eagle's heads, posing. Place where we live. Crucible. Ooh, that's a weird one. Ooh, that's weird. Buckyball. Okay. And the fleur-de-lis, which is a lily that could purify water. It could be an anchor because it's the Phoenicians. It could be the spraying of orgon energy. It could be a whole number of things. But whatever it is, it's really significant to the phonies. Really. And batons as well. Look at that. It's like that button. If you just pressed it on a table like that, this would like zzz, activate. And they got these weird trippy sort of things they put under their whatevers. You know. That'd be futuristic now. Check it out. Oh, gas. Anyway, this is a feast for the eyes. I should have put music on, but some people grumble. I don't like music, man. Shut the fuck up with music. Alright. Okay. Sometimes I'll put it on. Sometimes, as a treat for you a bit later, when the Flat Earthers is like literally epic, you're going to love that. It buzz you right out. What colour is that, guys? It's like, it's not pink, is it? It's like, I don't know. It's like a red Saturn-y thing, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Purple? Not really. I don't fucking know. A bloke. Well, I don't know what things. Ah, chainmail. That's better. Knuckle dusters. Even more. Better. Okay. So, anyway. Bookmarks. And other anomalous things of absolute beauty. Okay. Don't know. Probably a washing board. No, it's backs of chairs. Does your chair look like that? No, it doesn't, does it? I don't know. Don't do the same in IKEA, do they? No. Swedes are good, though. Don't get me wrong. But they lack on decoration. Yeah? A lot of good forting going on, as you'd find. Is that a giant? No, it's just going to kill every fucker. They do that a lot, the Phoenicians. Yeah, they do. This is their thing. So this is not the book with the cannons and shit, it's the next book. But, cool anyway. It might be, it is actually. It's funny, it gets up to there, and then you click a few more, and it goes back again, and then there's another hundreds of pages. So a lot of chairage. Killing dragons. Hello, Angel. You just appeared from Chem Cloud. Dragons. The sheep. She's playing harp to the sheep. They love a bit of tune. Maybe they just love a bit of tune. There's nothing wrong with that. A giant. Okay, we got a giant. I knew there would be because there's loads of giants at this stage, and they're everywhere in Antiquity. It's like, fuck, the size of him. So I'm wondering if this is like Goliath. Yeah, he's probably got a sling. It's probably David and Goliath. Go finish him off later. Ice pick in the forehead. Anyway. And riding dragons with shovels. Who knew? They could have had language dragons if they were real. They could be an intellectual. They could have had glasses, sat by the fire, reading stuff. You know, flat British stuff. That'd be better. I got tech. Wings open. Active charge. So, load of Phoenician nonsense, but dragons and stuff. Okay, let's move on. Let's get to the arms and stuff. Okay, he looks a bit brown, doesn't he? For Russia. And he's like, oh, they do a lot of that hat tipping. That means something, guys. It's like press a button, activate. Happy hats. Now, this is a happy hat. Yeah? Comes with a brain, this happy hat. It comes with external brain. Okay, like literally. That's the real map and it got continents. What's this? Oh, we've seen that happy hat. Okay. Wow. So what do you reckon that is? Someone chopping you in the face? Well, it wouldn't stop shit, would it? So what's this for? What's that spike that comes down in front of the face for? And that's looking down from the top. Metal. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think it's too much to do with battle though, do you? No. Yeah? It's metal. And it's got an aerial. Maybe it's just me. But look. They look techie as fuck. Don't they? Aerial. Aerial. Yeah, what's in these? Let's Google at the time. God, they got some shit going on. Look at this. The Phoenicians on the helmets. Killing dragons. All the analogy. So. Okay. Let's move along. Masks. Now, you're never going to see the knight because he's hiding, because he's probably not human. He might be a parasite. Monster. Robot. They hide their faces, and they got these masks on as well. You never get to see the knight. False face. Okay. And knight's hats. Knights. Knights at the round table. Okay. I don't know what this hat does, but it's got like a big plonker thing on top, like a big aerial. Also that one, big aerial. That one, aerial, aerial. These are hats for knights, by the way. Maybe a spring-loaded laser projectile thing, just zzz, pew. Yeah, Robocop got one like that. It's definitely that. Yeah, Matt, it's that. So what are these? Tea cozies. For your teapot. No, it's for a head. And these to protect your brain from electromagnetic technology, which it would, guys, because it does. Because there's a website that you can buy chainmail to protect you from electromagnetic technology. I did it again. Fuck. See? And you come into some cannonage, so you're going to be really funky looking on the battlefield. You know, before I kill you, I got a compliment. You're really killing it on the fashion. Do you think so? Oh, thank you. Never let your guards on, kid. So, you got some crazy armour. So that's what we're looking at. Tartarian, Russian armour. On cannons. Give me cannons. Got endless chainmail. Phoenician stuff. Masks. Because they always wear the masks because they're Venetians and they like to do it with their masquerades. And they're bullshit. Because bullshit is really bullshit. Shields, which do more. Definitely do more. Look at that shield. I'd like to set my eyes on one of these things. He's amazing. Just for stopping a sword, you'd wreck it. The jewels would pop out. What's these? Not weapons, right? So they're ice picky type things. Okay. Probably. Oh, look at the metal on there. What about that? Taser. What is it? Come on, guys. What is it? What would it do? I killed him. I put a little spike like the size of a nail into his armpit. That killed him. No. What are these? Chinese stars? Yeah. Yeah, they seek out the enemy. Yeah, you throw them, a bit like Jeepers Creepers, and they hunt you out. Okay. They won't hurt though, because they're made of rubber. These maces, because you wouldn't want all of that. You know, with bits of brain on it, picking it out, getting your slave or what have you to pick it out for the next 3 years, and stinky, blood clots and stuff. You wouldn't do that. What are these? I'll tell you what they are. Zap is what they are. Okay? Zap. Zap. Z, z, z. Do they not look like they're zaps? Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, I know. Look at that. For the Labrise. Got the moon on it because the Labrise tells the moon calendar. Oh, now. Epic, isn't they? So yeah, this is going to be a long vlog, but we're going to put this up tonight. I'm going to be with you now in chat, and we'll be having a chat, hopefully, catching up with you guys, because I haven't been around for 3 days, because I've been working, and Britain sucks, the weather-wise, but because we don't get sunlight, you see. Okay, so dark, cold and wet and windy and stuff, because it's Britain. Everyone's miserable, because it's Britain. I'm not. I don't do that shit. That's just not being epic, is it? That's what we're doing. We're being epic. Ego-free epic, obviously, because being epic is being real and being yourself. And basically, here I am before you. So yeah, which is epic. So more swordage. Let's have a look through. Oh fuck! There's more jewels in this than exist in the entire world, guys. And I take it they are daggers? Don't know. And you get gunnage. Gunnage. Nice early flintlocks. Best decoration ever. I would love to set my eyes on one of those beauties. Look at this. Look at that for the cocking pin. Oh, wow. Lock, stock and 2 smoking barrel guns ain't worth nothing compared to these. Look at these. Phone's making noises. Look at the colour on that. So I hope you enjoyed these, and there's a few cannons to come, and anomalous weaponry, like lances that could be electromagnetic. They're certainly telling you they are. Could be just like a projectile, you know. Victor Bruges found projectile loaded lances with their springing system. So they definitely could have administered something like a zap. Because they had the knowledge. As Kirsta will tell you, they completely understand electromagnetics in this period. Right, let's skip through. They look like holsters. Right, what we got here? Drum. Wow, this is so epic. Let's just get that down. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Phoenician fucking royal things. Beautiful. Should put some music on now. So we're coming to the end of this. I don't know what that is. On your wrist. And jewellery. Now I'm going to link this up if you want to examine them closer. Obviously I've got a bit to get through. And then we've got time to linger about on these. Look at this. Yeah? Probably weighs a ton with all them jewels. Jewels ain't light. They're heavy. Yeah, he looks dark. You Russian. You're Tartar, aren't you? Wow, look at them hats. Okay. Good clobber. Not so fussed on this. I think it might be that purple. I like that green. That's good green. Gloves, Tartar ladies, funky boots. Showing us up for the modern times of having shit or good quality and stuff going on. This is the best of the best of the best stuff they got. Look at it. Even their plates are like, wow. So I'll flip through a few more because, you know, like I said, if you look at the cursor at the bottom, it keeps reloading and it just goes deeper and deeper in. Wow. So like Fabergé eggy type things. Tread on that. Oh, it's the Horn of Plenty. Okay. Difficult to say, but it's obviously mechanical and it drops a receptacle off somewhere. Probably remote control. Say that. And old-fashioned drinking tankards. And horns for drinking out of. Which is probably much better than what they give you now. They're like bone china with human bone in. Because it's Phoenicians and it's twisted. Black. This. I love that colour. Over a pearl in it. As I said. Okay. Look at that. Sorry. It's just too hard not to go through, guys. It's just the best of stuff. You have to admit. Right, any decorative bongs? Phoenician juggage. I mean, like jugs. As in watering ones. Obviously. Okay. Let's get to these cannons. What's that? Is that a looking glass? Yeah, it's a mirror. Okay. Fan. Okay, and a globe. A globe. They brought that. They brought that with them. Locking mechanism. Keys. That's a lock. Some lock. Look at this bullshit they brought with them. The impossibility of the ball. That's coming unstuck. That won't be. That's short-lived. That is. Everyone's in for right fucking shock. Although people, you know, are scaremongering, saying, "Oh, YouTube are just going to purge your fucking ass now in, you know, December." We've heard all this before. There's a possibility, but it's going to make it too obvious if they just bury all the flat earthers, all the truther channels. People are going to say, "Hang on a minute, yeah, there's censorship and there's censorship. Look at this demon." Let's just see, guys, what happens. Okay. Beautiful. Me thinketh not, but what do I know? And some Antiquities buildings. Such a treat. And some bas reliefs of doors. I bet they're big. So you can mag right up on these at your own leisure, as I said, guys. And there's some excellent Phoenician door knockers. And all late Middle Ages. It's incredible, isn't it? Giant doors. Giant doors of what was Tartaria and in Muscovy. So there's another one here, but I'm going to nip through this quick because of the time aspect, guys. Okay, but what it will give you is the same sort of clobber, beautiful silks, crucible, and a scepter. So we're the controllers, we have the tech, we have the power, and it goes through Tartarians, their style. All of them. And then what looks like Normans, because they're supposed to be 1,000 years ago. This book brings them right up with more armour, chainmail, cannonage, because the Normans had cannons, just like the Romans. Whatever. Oh, there they are. So what's written on these? What would they do, guys? Are they like intercom on a battlefield? Yeah. There again. He's got his down, he got his up. Wonder what that's all about. Yeah, this is definitely going to protect you from anything. Only your eyes, and you're going to be alright. Yeah. God, he's giving him daggers. What are you fucking looking at? Cool, they look a really dodgy bunch, don't they? Oh, I'm posing. Who are you fucking looking at? You get in there. Shieldage, and then it goes into another load of decorative shields. Now these shields, you pop your arm through and get a sword, which is a brilliant idea actually. They should all have them. Perfectly safe. No one get hurt. Dunno. These are these special lance heads, which could be projectile, could be electrified, but they would certainly spoil your day if they stuck in you, obviously. You know. And what you got in the Middle Ages, late Middle Ages, is crossbows. But the Romans had them. Had ballista bolts, machine gun ones, muskets, in beautiful decoration. And they show you epic cannons now. I guess they're gunpowder holders. Knights. But they like got all that armour on them, guys, and chainmail, because they got fucking shotguns. Does that make sense? Just showed you they got shotguns. So, you know. Look. That fucked you. Yeah, you're going to have your gun there, mate. The one we just showed us on the pictures you got in that time period. Yeah, that would help. Okay. That is the stupidest Mexican standoff I have ever seen. Okay. Zzz, zzz. And you see him working, can you? Yeah, I mean. So there they are. And you get a bit of animate. Strange anomalous heads for lances. And I think we'll have a musical interval at this point. Cannons. Cannons. Look at these fucking things, guys. They say they're dangerous, they say they explode, but yet they make so much effort into their manufacture. And they're foundering. Special gunmetal. So much decoration for something that could just, you know, potentially blow apart. Does that look like? This is something else. Just something else. And they're firing something else. But look at the decoration on it. Wow. Okay. The book goes on, but like, so do I a bit. Now we're going to move on. Okay, here's another book, right, guys, and it shows you basically you're going across like sort of Ukraine, southern Russia, and you see the wrecked world, same period, and they show you some antiquity and some mappage, and it's beautiful pictures. Sorry, I'm not taking my time, but I got to nip through. And these great underground bunkers, huge blocks, and this giant. And he's got the faceless knight up there. They're bringing him stuff. And he's absolutely massive. This one's got like a weird alien head again. But size of him. And loads of ancient languages there for a glance. So the Phoenicians. Again. And their stuff. Okay. As well. So I'm guessing, don't know, it's on the Caspian Sea. I'm thinking it's the Volga. I'm thinking it could be, is that the Danube? Not sure actually. Oh, everything's mud flooded this high, and everything's mud flooded. The mud flooded world. So pretty gorgeous. And these bunkers, these are crazy. Look at this. Damn, I'll be damned. Dome, I'll be domed. In your kingdom. It's not called a queendom though, is it, when it's a queen? Is it? You live in a queendom. No, you don't, do you? They call it then. Fact. Yeah, I know. So underground bunkers and civilization of old, oil burners, because it's dark in them bunkers. See, all in the mountains, full of skeletons. In this case, he's drawing them. That's a large skelly. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. There, skellies. It's full of skellies. They never made it. Okay. And you can take your time with them, guys. I think that's it. Next. Now, I think we're going to have musical interludes before we go through any more of these cool things to look at, guys. Now, if you may or may not know, the WWII tour is going across Spain. And Lisa, who met when I took part in the WWII tour in Cardiff when they came to my city, she gave me this book. And it is History of Flat Earth by Lisa Sinister, who happens to have multiple talents like many of the flat earthers. So hopefully I don't get cobbled for this, David, my brother, because this is on my brother David's channel, Trinity 4, who's basically killing it, red pilling the entire of Europe. So this is Alex, Flat Earth Man. Okay, I don't know who's outselling, but Lisa is going to bash it out. Now, you can't copyright me, really, for somebody else singing somebody else's song, as far as I know, but I'm willing to take the chance because it's epic. Check Lisa out, guys. Musical treat, Flat Earth British, Flat Earther, and friend. Here we go.
Yo, Lisa. Yeah.
Hope little Alex didn't hear all that. Not the song bit, that bit. That was amazing. I'm really, 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 really impressed with that. Flat Earth classic moment. I enjoyed that, because I did. So, there's a book here of China. Somebody asked me in my comments what do I think about the Great Wall of China, or Tartaria. Well, I'll tell you exactly what I think. I think it is not a defendable position. I think, because of its absence of being mentioned in Tales of Marco Polo, because he's from Venice and he's a Phoenician, he sort of downgrades Tartaria. He misses out all the juice that we picked up on about Tartaria, conveniently out of his apparent narratives, if he even existed. And he doesn't talk about the Great Wall of China even being there. Why, when it's there, or part of it? So you get this great civilization, look, he's deep, and just dusty paths from where it was before. Same here. You're not going to put these elephants on a dusty road. This was some grand walkway. And the Phoenicians have got a foothold here in China. Now, if you're going to be like defending any sort of point, you don't need high ground. So the enemy are up here and firing arrows or whatever down on you here, killing you. So it makes no sense. There's too many high points. This is not a defendable position. There's something else going on. It could be for giants to keep them out, maybe, or to stop events, mud flows. But it gave them a feeling of security, didn't it? But it is not a defensive position. Okay, maybe it was to keep the floodwaters out. And some of the Phoenicians, they got a real thing for fountains and Aquatech, as we discussed. And here is an Aquatech book. Check this out, okay? It is their fountains, the mechanism, the underground lead work, and the pumping systems for ancient Phoenicia, which is now. Okay? And they have different ways of spraying the water. They balance balls. This is to invigorate, energize the ether with Aquatech. This is specific water. This is living water. This is Phoenician water. And they have these balls, look. I wonder if they're magnetized. You magnetize the water as well, which I do as well. This looks like sparks. So they're over elaborate waterfalls, and they get even more over elaborate when they add architecture to them. I'll show you. Imagine that for a spray, or the ionization of the air. Just like when you get out of the shower, you feel invigorated, don't you? You feel energized. Well, it's doing the same thing. It's the same technology. Look at that, vortex physics. They put in a vortex into it, and here as well, it's spinning it out as well. And here it's like a water plane. It's just crazy. And the Phoenicians, I suppose they think maybe it gives it bad energies if you drink water through it, and they just get bigger, bolder, as you can see, and they go nuts. And it's all Phoenicians coming up from the water, which they will constantly tell you about them strange ass whales, and everything's like, this has been underwater and this is what it looks like, Look at that for Aquatech. Just crazy. as fuck. So look, this is them arriving on these. Oh, they got a floating cough. So that is just decoration, and they just show you exactly what they've been up to. And this is, can you imagine walking around in this day and age? How beautiful. This one looks like it whistles. It's Antiquities. It's got a cloud on top. How big is this thing? Is this making weather? There's a cloud. There's clouds. Yeah, that looks like it's making weather. Yeah. Again. Incredibly interesting. So, book of Phoenician, Aquatech, and fountains. They're crazy for them, and all coded. And we're just learning what it's all meaning. Everything looks like it's been underwater because it's where they came from. Okay. Sweet. Too quick to follow, I'm aware of that, but need to move on. Now, this is a crazy depiction. I showed it a couple of years ago, right? And it's Jacob Zeller's imaginary picture of the heavenly city of Jerusalem. Check what he's thinking about Jerusalem and what they want in 1622 to 622 to 86, right, guys? So he's in the late Middle Ages, this guy. Check this out, what he's thinking. Just nuts. I mean, crazy. Check this out. Okay, so there's many futuristic things on this, and it's all Phoenician. Okay, so let's check it out. So we got a papal dude riding a lion, blank, because they're going to steal the civilization. And it's electromagnetic technology. Right, let's check this out. So in his mind he's floating. It's the Phoenicians. In caves there are demons, which are giants. Huge towers. The hugest towers. The Temple of Solomon, which looks nothing like that. I'll show you now. Okay, House of David. And you get Micnact, which is night, isn't it? And midnight. Not sure. And this is how they picture Jerusalem. That's some freaky thing there, isn't it? Aviv Ganja, he's saying. Aviv Ganja, he's saying. And is this the Theron Baal? Tower of Babel? It's not Jerusalem, is it? But it's Jerusalem a Baal centre. Well, evidently, this guy got a shooter. 1500s vision of Jerusalem. Herod's, what have you? Agrippa Tower, which is absolutely immense. So that is his vision of Jerusalem. That will be linked. Enjoy it at your own leisure. And this is another depiction of what they think Jerusalem looks like. Same period, but apparently more of a reality. Okay. Now, what you find, excuse me, is this massive foundationed Temple of Solomon, which we got designs for it being built, and I think it was in the recent times, as is Solomon's magic and his Baal connections with it all, and his deep escarpments all the way around it. Okay, and it is essentially a cross between minarets and onion domes and Rome, which is feeding water in. Colosseum, which is half a Colosseum because it's a water tower. And in my mind, and this is how it looked, same period in reality. So don't see no Agrippa Tower or any of these things he's talking about. So I'll link that up. So it's a before and after. It's an imaginary Jerusalem, or is it? And this is another imaginary Rome, or is it? So it's the 7 churches, or the 7 hills, and what you get is Rome, mud flooded, completely ruined. And the churches are up to this in mud, and they got, you know, forecourts been dug out, and they visit them. Okay, and then what you find is that there's a giant inside, and everyone's like, it's big, because these are soldiers like humans as well. Okay, St. Peter's, which doesn't really look like Peter's. There's another. I got the keys to the reset machine, or maybe, and they're poking people with sticks there. I wonder what these are. So we got Star Forts as well. Okay, which is Castel di Angelo in Rome, which has a massive tower with aerials, which I mention in my book, which we're going to talk about shortly, because that's almost there and it's very exciting. So so it's all mud flooded, in fact, though, and looks like the Phoenicians after the events have come in, yeah, doing a bit of impressing, yeah, and everyone's like bowing, like bows on a ship. Right, added thing, curios and other stuff now, guys. Okay, please share this out if you would. I don't know how many of you are in chat right now, but I gotta get on. Tokyo has a vast underground temple drains called the G-Cans, and they are the biggest in the world, and they can deal with a massive underground flood. A massive flood in a massive underground system. Check this out for scale. Astronomical sort of volumes, and they are huge cathedrals. I can't imagine when or how they built these under the size of Tokyo. And these for dealing with floodwater to save Tokyo. The temple began in 1992 and cost 2 million. Okay, to save Tokyo in the event of a flood. Yeah, they're quite big, aren't they? It's just phenomenal sort of architecture. Just can't imagine how they do this shit, but they do. Was it there before? Who knows? Look at that. All to save them people when it all goes to shit and it floods. Location, Tokyo. And you can visit it. Wow, that cost a bit of money. So, Tokyo got it sorted for the floods. There was an event in the Middle Ages, right? The Messina event, okay, which when you read the annals for it, it's just biblical. So it was a plasma discharge event. It was a tsunami which washed away a civilization, and a giant earthquake which wrecked the entire city. And you don't get too many depictions, but this one shows one. See the entire city being washed away in a giant tsunami. In this book, okay, is just that for the Messina in this one. I do apologise, but I've got some of these books to show you right now, which will show you other stuff like this. So this is another one of these types of books, and I stopped on it because of the Faceless Knight, who's got has he got an octopus? Is this like on Alien when he's got that thing attached to his face and it's feeding him? It's really sinister, and he's got peacock feathers. And the year is really interesting. I'm a Freemason, and I got black everything. Is J6Z9, so 629. Nice early Phoenician coded book. What's it about? Well, all sorts of stuff really. It's crazy good depictions and crazy good maps, which are downloaded, easier to look at on Images of the Day. But it's, you imagine, right, what I find fascinating when we covered John Strew's book, so he's going across Tartaria, Everything's brand new. They got nothing sort of logged. They don't know what's happening. It's like it with this. It's like they're just mapping everything for the first time and going across Europe and finding out what's got Asia, and they know nothing. It's just crazy. They're just picking up the information. I've got so many versions. This is J3000. J3000, eh? Isn't that interesting? So it's a book of late medieval maps. And I don't recognise too many names, but you can pick up like Babel, I've seen Paris, I've seen all sorts. But they got skyscrapers on a mall. And they're huge cities in these duchies that were around back then. Not concentrated cities. So that's been shared to you. Okay. And another one just like it. Check this out for Sinister. So the Jesuits sitting astride a globe or a ball. Okay, so that's what they got everyone brainwashed with. She got a bow of Erebus. There's the clock. I hope that's not 10 to 4 and that's the second hand. If not, then it's 2:30. Okay, but it could be 10 to 4. Difficult to say. No, that's not the second hand. Just that's the time. And you have the Phoenician year, and it's the emphasis is on the Gorgon, which is the Medusa, which is a head of serpents, which is active charge, which is why you can't look at it because you'll end up like Lot, which is why you need a mirror to reflect it back to be able to not be turned to stone. With the active EM, which she has in her hand, the serpent. The fasces, or the scepter on this sceptred oil. And architecture, which is ever such a significant thing to these people, because they trap people in this architectural construct with these buildings of theirs. A certain mindset with this, just crazy stuff. Impressive, and not us. So it goes into loads of artworks. If I just maybe move ahead, last page, let's have a look. And this is what you get, is sort of stately homes. This one goes into some detail actually of how these live. Now I find fascinating with this, it's amazing I thought, was you get this, I don't know, Ravensburg place, and why would you build this stately home and then all of the mud's fallen away and literally just ripped like a cliff here with a monument? This is a mud flow, guys, all the way up to the wall of this stately Phoenician home. Can you see the mud flow? I thought at first it was like, you know, you were looking at a little hill and it was behind it, but it's not, because it's cutting this, and you can see it coming into the wall here and here and here. You see mud. Good clue. And all the trees are new and they're laying it all down. I have to reset, starting over with the Phoenician stuff. So yeah, it's got some crazy good depictions. I will be passing it to you. Architectural plans, all on the 4 angels. Design, which I always do, always. Harness is something more. Okay, so I'll get them to you. No. Still kind of getting to YouTube. I gotta go in bloody other browsers. Real pants. Dismiss. Look at this shit on fucking YouTube people watch. It's so brain dead. It's just rubbish. Nothing's good. I was looking for healing music. Excuse me. Healing music. Oh, because I feel healing coming on. I always play that. That definitely heals that one if you haven't. Reiki's quite good. Deep healing, relaxation. Try that one. A wee bit. Right, images of the day. I want to talk a little bit about the book. Thank a few people in this, you know, in the peeps out there, big time, all of you actually. I thank Cheryl. Thanks my good witchy doctor, Cheryl, and Doug, and my mate Dave, Sucker Dave, over there in Holland. We were supposed to have met when I was supposed to have gone to Holland and didn't bloody make it, because, you know, just didn't get there. Right, images of the day. and we'll talk about a little bit about book, and then we are out here. So Phoenician banding basically, but let's have a little look through Chesterfields. Now if you are in the antique business and something like this bureau or a Chesterfield turns up that's only built like in the 1700s, they go mental and put billions on it. So bullshit Egypt antiquity, and this is Baalbek, home of the Phoenicians, and we got some old Chicago, okay, and this giant Tartarian world, which is still about a lot of these buildings in every city. What you find is they're penciled in, and for the main city high street, you look down there, 2, 3, and they're all penciled in, there's nobody about. You get into the suburbs, they show you stacks of people, but the main city streets, you know, like this, yeah, it's teeming. And this one, you get, you know, mud flooder, they're all mud flooders, upper doors, people are penciled in, and this street's dead, there's no one in this fucking street, people. And they got all of this size. There should be, how many people would be in that one building? 1,000? What that one? 1,000 in there? A couple of hundred? Yeah. So where's all the people? They've added and cartooned the people in. And look at these. So they're adding people in these shots, cartooning them up. This is that beautiful Masonic temple that you see, giant doors, everything added in Chicago, which is amazing. Got many photos. This is a photo rather than a pencil. Okay. Eberhammerstein boys clothing. Mud flooder, it's all world. One person on that corner, maybe two, and everyone's not at home in Market Street. How many people should be there for them size of buildings? This is pencil. What is a photo? People are added in. There's no transport. Nobody's about. I guess that's pencil. Photograph. Looking down. Huge Chicago street. Greco-Romano temple. We'll see in a minute. It's a little bit more busy, I suppose. Still. Considering it all got destroyed. I have some photos of the Chicago World's Fair being built as well. Got past me, but I don't think we can see them today. So they always got this red granite bottom, all mud flooded, giant doors for giants. I think this might be flood water protection. And these immense Tartarian buildings, stars. It's not Phoenician to fuck this one either. Wow. Not Phoenicified, which is a word. A real word. Pencil. Weird. That's not. And that is the Columbus Memorial Building. Looks to be penciled in. That one's Phoenicified. So I'll flip through a few. You get the idea, don't you? Bottom granite, huge doors, massive chunks, limited population. Look at that one. You know, this is a day of horse and carriage, you know, before the motor car guys. This is the late 1800s, you know, this is... Look at that. That would stand a flood. All of this bottom protection. Courthouse, Clerk and Washington streets. Whew. That's one powerful building. Phoenician chunk. That's got Moorish feel. Windows. And it's the Chicago Atlantic Association. Is it Atlantic? Not sure. Let's have a look. I think it's Atlantic. Okay. So nobody there, one person. As you know, no one's around for this giant city. None of the streets seem to be teeming. Look at the size of this. The size of this little tiny dove, this big bloody arch on all of what's so-called Christendom. Crazy shit. Look at it. Just fields in front. I love these shots of Chicago with the fields in front. On what street is it? Michigan Avenue, which is always attractive. Some of my subs have contacted me, say, "Oh, I live near what? Live near it. Look at this." Wow, so obvious in your face. Look at this. Tartaria, mud flooded, granite bottom, Tartarian top, all top heavy, all top heavy. Same again with the top one. All of these images are all mud flooders. Huge, huge places in Chicago. What kind of church that is, guys? All that. Phew. See? All bottom windows, all buried. Doors are up in the air. Definite feel of Tartaria. A little bit more of an English feel with that, I feel. And a Chicago street. All mud flooders. Doors in the air. Same here. All mud flooders. This could be in London or anywhere really. Cardiff. There's the Munster's house. Mud flooded. Massive doors. Antiquities. So is it better now, or was it better then? Looks good quality clean shit to me, guys. They even got a conservatory there. Mud flooders. Mud flooder. Mud flooder. How old's that for Chicago? When did that get built? Wow. Wow. Look at the boards. Duck boards. It's only mud. It's only mud. Duck boards. And look at that building. It's just nuts. So these are all in Chicago, as I said. And they're all incredible mud flooders. All beautiful. All our worlds. All Tartaria. Which is not finished yet. Okay? Countless ones. You find this in every city. Same story, same MO. This is a park of the globe in Washington Park. Okay, so you should pat your brainwashing. Obviously this is like the late 1800s, so they haven't seen it till 1969. So it's amazing guesswork. Gotta give it to them. So, mud, horse and carriage, and a building there. Whatever. Same. Mud flooders. Mud flooders. Mud flooders in mud, literally. And some quaint old English churches in Chicago. What are these? There's decoration for lampposts. I'd love to be able to walk down that street in the old days. No people though. Not in one. Castle in Chicago. Residents of Potter Palmer. Ding, 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 ding. Crazy. Well, let's move on a little bit. I can't look at Chicago forever. I'm getting bored with that. This is that Washington Park. Look at this. Is what you get in the 1800s. You don't get this now. Look at the lily pads. It's nice, isn't it? And they got that giant statue. Okay. So, Epic Chicago. Let's move on a bit, and then I can get going soon because I need to eat. This is 1778 or I-778, and this is what they're depicting: totem dance, the music of the dead. And these are apparent ornaments from the American Civil War captured. What kind of guns are they, I wonder? They look big. Actually, they're the French, aren't they? He's got a helmet on. Could be French of the dawn. Giants. No. You do not make a book that you can't get off the shelf if you're a human, because that's just daft. I would love to know what it says in these books. So these books made for giants, obviously. Because I bet she didn't get that out. She might be able to roll it out. Can I help get it back in now, please? So this is a ship, a Phoenician ship from the antiquity, and it seems to have water projectiles, and it's all like zapping and stuff. Okay. Okay, so I would say that was jet powered or water powered, maybe. Phoenician ship, which went like the clappers through the water. So have we got any giants here? Phoenicians. A massive crown. So would that crown get on his head? Or is it twice the size of his head? So the crown is for a giant in this image. And who do they have on the flag? An arrow, fasces. It could be Hermes. Any giantage? Not really, just a giant. Oh, yeah, this guy. He's massive. Yeah. And a giant headwear. So these are these credible maps that show you the antique world and that strange knight with a thing on his face. But I don't recognise too many places on there. There's I-303, I-345, and it goes through 1400s, blah blah blah. There's a mystery to me. Everything is skyscrapery, everything is Phoenician, post-flood. Who's got the chem cloud in? Just the craziest stuff. Okay, I got that book. That will be linked up for you all. I think that's about it for today, guys. Got so much to show you, but I really need to get on. These are Russian emblems, Russian flags of Tartaria, Phoenician ship. Imagine that coming in. And that's supposed to be Venice. Bit of gold. And that's supposed to be Venice. It's got a winged lion on it. And it says Bacchus Centurio. Bacchus Centurio. Centuria, just ceremony to celebrate Bacchus. You get these insane ships and nautical navigational devices. Sea compass. C is C-E-E, like the Holy See in this book, and star footage in epic colour. Look how deep they go, guys. This would stand any blast or anything. Waves coming in, impact of electromagnetics. Animants of this same period. You get some anomalous things I've shown before. There's a fire stick on you, which is anomalous. This thing here, which is like a bazooka. M. Yeah. So you get some really crazy animants on this, which you can't explain. Giant cannonage. So this is all going to be linked. Mortars. Firing anomalous projectiles and giant starfort. And what's called sort of shit they got in there. So okay. And Icarus, he tries to make wings, fly to the sun because he knows he's close with his ethers, feathers. That's another decode. Ethers. Feathers. They affect the ether anyway. I've said that one, haven't I? And it's burning a civilization again. A load of phonies. Like the phony war. And they bring this with them. It's crazy how people trust them when you see through it all. So, just weird. Stockholm Syndrome, Extremo. No. Onward. So, I've been reading through the book, and as you know, this is all done and dusted. It's going to be out now in the next week or two in time for Crimbo for everybody. Okay, just had to make it epic enough for you peeps. Okay, guys? So, I just want to thank the people who wrote me, basically, intros to my book. Praise for Martin Leaker. So this one's from Febage, which is Lee, who gets a shout later on, and you all do. And Flat Earth British Think Tank. Normally, when I read a book, you fall into another realm of escape from reality. In Martin Leaker's book, however, you begin to identify the illusionary world in which the reader seeks to escape. Beautifully put, Lee. Martin's intuitive work exposes the establishment's world history, which forms a fictitious reality. Thankfully, Martin shows present-day visual reality and then back-engineers it to show our true history. The Holy Grail of a Flat Earth will present you with a choice: self-wonderment or self-denial. You will find that there are three sides to a coin, contrary to the established education from Febbage. So thank you for that, Eddie. The civilizations before us wiped out by a major cataclysm as little as 200 years ago. We are the inheritors of a great advanced civilization who left behind their buildings, technologies and arts and infrastructure behind. The only problem is that history left this great civilization out of the history books. Instead, we were taught lies, which have finally run their course. The Holy Grail of the Flat Earth exposes these lies and reveals you the truth by the epic John Levy. So thanks, John. And this one is by Mel. Hi, Mel. Martin Leaker is a modern day historian, YouTube presenter, speaker of truth and a total paradigm shatterer. In his literal offering, Martin takes us literally on a major walk on a wild side. This book is part of one of the new author's works, throughout which he provides us with an uncontrovertible proof that the flat earth realm, whilst dismantling the common historical narratives of our so-called past. The proverbial wool is about to be totally obliterated eternally, and with new eyes, the obvious in plain sight. But once again, align our senses, be prepared. Best read while seated, buckle in. Melanie Helen. So that's pretty epic, and there's another forward as well in here. So this is just a little sneak preview to you all, guys, and there's a little intro in here as well by UAP. Okay, thanks to you all as well. So that's Demoed, Alex Sort Magic, John Levy, UAP, Becca, who's not too well. Get well soon, Becca. Healing vibes to you. So that's what's going on, and UAP done me a cool forward, which is a long read but amazing. So thanks, UAP. And then it is, and it is exciting because it's nearly here. So against all the odds and all the shit that went down. And my Flat Earth British website, which if you want to get into my shop, the Flat Earth British Think Tank, a couple of people went on there and posted today. And everything that's going down. You can basically go on my Facebook, but there's a resource in here, guys, a book. Okay, if you click resources, you get into books, maps, collections, the whole thing. Oh, it's just amazing. And Welsh Dragon Metals, which is my son, who's an alchemist, which also ties into this subject. You may want to subscribe, click that if you like, please. And that's me, Flat British, on a Thursday in the middle of bleak British winter, bringing a love up in a vibration to meet the day, because it shifted again. So, Piper, the Sinister fuckers, yeah, so they call the biggest evacuation, or, basically movements of peoples, which turn out most to be children, 3.5 million of them, away from home for 6 years, and with all them people dying. I wonder what really went down. It's not good, is it? Especially when they're telling you that they're lying to them in the Piper effect. It's not sinister, guys, isn't it? Yeah, I know. The weather is so bad. No. Make sure to subscribe, like, and everything else YouTube. I want to thank you all. Peace and love to you all. I will be back in a day or two. Okay. Okay, be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.